I wasn't planning on doing a reading today, at least not this type of reading. I was maybe thinking of doing like a pick a card style for my other channel or doing some personal readings. Pauline's, yours has been calling me, so I'm feeling the warm up of energy towards that. But anyway, I wasn't expecting to do this type of channeled message or whatever, like the face forward kind. Maybe there's something about that, like facing forward or being seen or putting yourself physically out there or communicating something. Now, the context for that is the message here is about an opportunity. That's what I'm being told. That's what I'm being shown. Something about an opportunity. And okay, now that I'm in the energy or getting into the energy, I'm seeing unfolding. And that's a previous message or channeled message that Spirit keeps bringing through. Something about the unfolding. I think there was a reference to centerfold that came out in one of the last readings and something about folding time. Right. Okay. This morning I was seeing synchronicities about quantum leaping through time. And if I remember correctly, I think that reference to centerfold in one of the previous readings made me think of like time warping. And what they showed me was folding, if like a sheet of paper was time in a linear sense, they showed me folding these two sides of the paper together, like you put a dot on one side, dot on the other side, you fold it together. And then that's that quantum leap, going from one space and time to the next. So there's something about an opportunity here. I'm hearing the word future. Something about income or incoming. Maybe this is an opportunity to increase income, or it's an incoming opportunity but for some reason it's coming from the future. Like it looks like it's coming from, hold on. Something, they're saying untapped potential. Where do you want me to go? I feel like I need to grab cards, but I'm not getting clear signal on which one. Maybe there's something about that, like a clear signal. Which direction is the information coming from? I feel like that's relevant toward that future reference. Like, how would an opportunity come from the future and signal to you that it's coming? What would that look like for you? I don't know why I'm being called to ask you that. But there's something about this signal from the future, this opportunity that is emanating, is what it feels like, emanating from the future. Kitties for confirmation. And maybe it's because it's something that you've already done. If we're looking at this from a sort of like deterministic point of view, it's like it's already happened. And so you're picking up on that signal. And I just heard prescient. So especially if you're prescient or you're very energetically sensitive, or you have this sort of disposition towards foresight, or just tuning into energy through time. Come here, kitty. Come. She was quiet, silent. I just heard the word. She was silent all morning. And then, of course, as soon as I start filming, she chimes in. So maybe there's something about communication connected to this opportunity from the future. Maybe there's something about, again, like putting yourself, I'm hearing up front and center. And they're showing me like a crowd of people and this one person positioning themselves intentionally front and center. Again, centerfold. Maybe you're like at this median point, like the midpoint of getting towards this opportunity. But then I still feel like it's coming in faster than you expect it, because even if you're in the middle, and I'm hearing darkest before the dawn, and this is actually reminding me of, I was going through like a long underground tunnel the other day in my car, and I realized that like the midpoint of the tunnel is the darkest because you don't get the light from the entrance and you don't get the light from the exit coming in. Kitty, what is it? When I look down to pet Kitty, there's a tag that's sitting on this little pillow that I sometimes use to prop myself up for pick a card readings because I need to be taller for those. And it says recover. It caught my eye. And when things jump out at me like that, it's part of the message, especially during a reading. But really, I don't really turn this off. It's like all the time. So maybe there's something about you being in the middle. I'm hearing meeting in the middle, and they keep showing me those 2 points coming together like this. Maybe this is an opportunity for 2 people to meet or to come to an agreement about something, a meeting of the minds potentially. But I feel like there's a digging deep, because when I said minds, it sounded to me or reminded me of mines, like mining for gold, mining for gems. Something about digging deep in that tunnel is reminding me of like that dark sort of underground space as well. So there's something maybe about being in the midpoint of this transition from one side to the other, or getting to this opportunity, or having this meeting point. Okay, I still don't feel drawn to a particular set of cards. Like none of them are really jumping out. So maybe we're just meant to keep channeling. Okay. I'm hearing 6, 7, 8, 9. My throat chakra. Hold on. Yeah, there's definitely something about communication here and opening up. Come here, sweetie. Yeah, there's something about the throat chakra and communication, and I unconsciously just grabbed this deck, so that must be the one that we're meant to work with, because I wasn't even really thinking about it. And I was just petting Kitty, and there is a cat on the back of these Everyday Witch Tarot cards. Thank you to the donor who sent these ones in to us. Pretty much every deck that I use has been donated, sent in from my Amazon wish list. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. An opportunity. Okay, the devil. Look, he's got those money bags there. So the ice cream. Oh, the ice cream came up in the last reading too. The stacks of ice cream. I think I still have the charm sitting on top. Yeah, I do. This one. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if that's going to focus. Ice cream. Bags of money. King of Pentacles is the money man. Stacks of ice cream, something that you desire. Now, the devil card isn't always, okay, we have Queen of Wands on the bottom. I was going to say the devil card isn't always a negative thing. It's not always like a temptation to do something out of integrity because you want or need the money, or there's an opportunity that you'll have to sacrifice some of your integrity to I'm hearing, to achieve something that you've been trying to work towards, a goal, something that you want. I feel like there's a way that Spirit is aligning this that's going to make it possible for you to do this with integrity, in alignment with that. I'm hearing core justice. They're saying something about a frequency and a template, like a core justice frequency template. If I'm putting those two things that they just said together, maybe this is about putting things together, stacking things up. Something about the cherry on top of the ice cream. And they're saying core justice template again. And Kitty will not stop meowing. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. There's an opportunity coming in. I'm hearing opportune moment. It doesn't want to focus very well on these cards. The opportune moment. It will present itself to you. Something about a deal or a contract may be involved here, which is why the devil... That's why I feel like the devil card is here. It's kind of like you have to, I'm hearing mind your manners, watch your mouth. Okay, maybe there is a bit of a shadow side to the devil in this context or in this reading, because again, I don't think that it's opportune for you in this opportunity to silence yourself or to put a stopper on your truth, especially if that conflicts with your integrity. There's something about like not being heard. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have the Lovers. I was going to say this is like a meeting of the minds or a meeting of the hearts, or it could be, okay, hold on. I just heard the word fanciful relationship. Ideal partner. For those of you who are single, this could be somebody coming into you, but make sure that you don't, or that they don't try to make you hold your tongue or silence yourself in any way. And if this is internal, where it's like you're regulating yourself to try and appease, or not appease, that's not the right word. Kitty's distracting me hardcore right now. There's definitely something about insisting on what you have to say and not, I'm hearing cease and desist, not ceasing and desisting to speak your truth, because there's something about that that's connected to your existence. I don't know what this means, but it's almost like if you silence yourself to make sure that someone else likes you or that they approve of you or that they're going to give you something, that you're going to get fair exchange. I just heard, I feel like doing that is like bottling or repressing your very essence, like if you need to say something, you need to say it. And it's something that really, it doesn't sit right to hold it back is what it feels like. It's almost like it constipates your spirit, and that's not healthy. So there's something here about this opportunity that's coming in that if it's presenting in the right way, it's going to give you the opportunity, perhaps, to be heard or to be seen or to express in a way that is fair, equal, and I'm hearing the word reciprocated. I'm seeing a hummingbird drinking out of a flower, nectar, symbiosis. That reminds me of getting your needs met. But what really stood out to me and has been a synchronicity I've been seeing for the past few days is the hammer on his belt here. Come on, focus. These, for some reason today, these cards really don't want to focus. The hammer on his belt. Something about the hammer. What does this mean? Hammer of God was the first thing that I heard or that came to mind. Okay, the hammer to me can talk about like hitting something on the head, meaning like you nailed it, right? There's something that you needed to say that to be said any other way or to compromise on the way, something about the manner of speech would detract from the value of what is needing to be shared or to be said. This could, like I said, be in a relationship, but it doesn't have to be a romantic kind. But for those of you who are single, there could be somebody coming in because we've got the Knight of Pentacles underneath here. Or if you're in a relationship, this could be your partner saying something to you that almost invites you into speaking up, sharing something. Yeah, Knight of Cups, because it's like maybe they're being vulnerable and sharing something, and then that creates an opportunity for you to do the same. But I'm noticing this shark underneath here. That's another synchronicity I've been seeing all weekend, was references to sharks and jaws and all of that. So something about storytelling or narrative connected to this feeling of fear, something resting below the surface, or I think it's just fear. Like when I'm tuning into the energy of this, if I looked only at the symbols and I wasn't able to feel anything from spirit and I just read the cards themselves, I would say, okay, there's like a tricky situation here within a romantic relationship or in a financial situation where you really can't trust this person, and it's just going to leave you in a sticky situation that you're going to be kind of left scratching your head in or feeling repressed. But the fact that I can feel energy intuitively and I channel these downloads, not just from the cards, but just like from spirit, from the ethers, it's not that. Like there's a warning to this energy, the devil, the shark, right? There's a warning to this. Okay, thank you, spirit. Yeah, thank God for the connection there, because I wouldn't be able to put these things together in such a way. So they're saying something about dealings, and one sec. Yeah, there's a contract, there's a deal, but there's something that's maybe it's like on the surface it looks like one thing, but if you were able to go deeper or you looked at it a little bit more intuitively, possibly. Because I was mentioning that. I'm like, on the surface, it looks like one thing, but if you feel into it, it's different. It's completely different. Fear clouding your vision. I just heard, okay, fear may be clouding your vision around the ability to trust your emotions or your intuition, because fear can act as a stopper for intuition, because it's an emotion, and your intuition does come, not entirely, but it does come a lot through, or primarily through, that emotional realm. So if you're, let's use that term, constipated with fear, it puts a stopper on everything from flowing through, and it's kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, so there's something that on the surface may evoke fear, right? Yes, there could be questioning whether, if I do this, if I get into this relationship, or if I step forward in this relationship, or if I open up emotionally in this relationship, or if I sign this contract with this business person, or if I sign this, whatever. I've been seeing references to contracts a lot too, like legally binding contracts. Maybe it's marriage, maybe it's buying a home, maybe it's a bank deal, or like a business partnership, right? So, but I've been seeing that, and it's like on the surface, those little alarm bells might be going off saying, should I really be doing that? What is this going to take from me? Or maybe there's past pain, or not necessarily even just pain, like imprints. Maybe there's past imprints from times when that did actually happen, where there was betrayal, where there was predatory behavior like sharks, right? Where there was temptation to do the wrong thing for the wrong reasons at the wrong time, the devil in its, full-blown negative sense. I just heard the ends justify the means, and they're showing me using that hammer to build something. It's like, you've got to swing it, like you've got to take action in this case, or something you've got to do in a practical way. And it's something about communication. It's something about like being open. And a lot of messages lately have been coming through about vulnerability. So maybe this is part of it, like communicating openly in a vulnerable way. Whether it's because this is what's required of you to do this job, or this is what's required of you to advance this relationship, or to deepen this connection, whatever we're talking about here. Now, the thing about opportunities is that when they come in, sometimes they don't look like opportunities, because I'm getting this message of like, look deeper. It's not what it seems like on the surface, and that's not a bad thing in this particular case. It's like, there is something deeper that needs to be discovered, and it will be discovered if you can feel what is going on within you, not necessarily trying to tap into what's going on with this other person, or like, what are their intentions? No, like if you really stick with your intentions, your integrity, and you listen to your intuition, if you were to kind of like set that fear up and to the side. That's what they're showing me, like setting the fear up and to the side. Now you're not pushing it away. You're not rejecting it. You're just kind of like sitting it there for a moment, so you can maybe even look at it, not analyzing or over analyzing, but just kind of looking at it and having a little bit of distance there to be able to feel into what's really going on and what you need to know about that. Hold on, there's one card on the top. I was just kind of, these two, Seven of Pentacles and the Judgment card. Yeah, I feel like if you can set this to the side for a moment and contemplate on it, or just give yourself time to kind of like, the best word I can think of right now is just assess, but it's like, don't overanalyze it. So this is a very fine line that we're kind of walking here with this message, because there could be a tendency when fear's involved to really kind of like pick everything to pieces, or the opposite, to completely avoid it entirely and pretend that nothing's wrong because Oh, the fear is, I'm hearing the fear is here for a reason. I was going to say the fear doesn't have any power over me, and I get to choose what I do and listen to my intuition, that kind of thing. But it's okay. The fear is there for a reason, but it's not the reason you think. Usually fear would be there to protect you from doing something. Okay, so they're showing me like walking into a wolf den. The fear is natural in that circumstance. If you were literally about to walk into a den full of wolves that want to eat you, the fear is going to tell you run the other way. And it's right. But it's not so in this case. It's like the fear is being triggered or activated. And now they're showing me that the wolves den that you're coming home to is coming home to. Yeah, you're coming home to this wolf den, like this is your wolf pack. That's another synchronicity. I was seeing howling wolves, night howlers, your wolf pack, references to predator and prey, and the reversal of those roles as well. But there's something about, or like taking away those roles entirely. Okay, so the fear isn't necessarily what you think it is in this case. So what is it then, Spirit? Because if the fear isn't there to cause you to run away or to protect you or to say no to this opportunity or to whatever it is, what is it there for? They're saying to open you up. So it's like the fear is actually there to show you where there's resistance to opening up. Oh, okay, there we go. We hit on it. They showed me the hammer and the nail. Okay, we hit on it. But it feels like there's been kind of like a banging around in the dark, right? Like if you're in the mid space of this tunnel and you can't see because the light at the front and at the back doesn't reach you in that center point, you can be kind of banging around not knowing if you're hitting the nail or not. But there is like this ping, realization, hitting the nail on the head, having this understanding that, oh, the fear isn't there necessarily to protect me this time around. Maybe it did so effectively in the past, but now it's more so about being able to face that fear. That's why I feel like putting it up and to the side is important, because you're not elevating that fear above you and you're not setting it to the side indefinitely or ignoring it. It's kind of like you're giving it the opportunity. It's like putting it on the stand almost. I keep getting like a court case, something about like legal stuff, but it's probably just symbolic, but they're showing me like putting fear on the stand and asking it questions, not trying to break it, but just not antagonizing the fear. That'll just make it worse. But looking at what it's actually trying to do for you. Because fear operates in many different ways, and it can be constructive or it can be deconstructive. And in both of those situations can be good or bad depending on the context. Okay, so I feel like by assessing what you're feeling here in regard to this opportunity that's, I'm hearing, of vital importance. What's of vital importance, the opportunity or the assessment of the fear? Okay, they're saying the assessment of the fear will allow for the vital opportunity to unfold. So it almost feels like the assessment of the fear is part of the opportunity itself. Yes. Note the fear, sit with the fear, feel the fear, but do not become the fear. Acknowledge its presence within you and what it is teaching you to shape, hold, and become within yourself. Where are you intending to become more? And how is the fear holding you back from seeing your true value, worth, and soul presence in this world? This relationship will catalyze or antagonize this fear to reveal itself from within you, but it will not become you. You will become you in the presence of this fear, and this fear will assist you in shedding the layers of you that were preventing this from occurring in the first place. Thank you. Straight channel there. So that's, and it's fading. It's already fading. I was going to start talking about what they just said, and it's already fading. It's like coming out of a dream when you channel like that. So Two of Cups is here. Something about feasting, and Ace of Cups. Love, like this is an opportunity to open up. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and it is something that's bound by time, or that's connected to time, or that's that opens up through time. I'm hearing 8 of Pentacles as well, that opens up through time. 6, 7, 8, 9. And the Sun card on the bottom, and the Strength card. Leo season could be significant. I've been getting a lot of references to August coming up in the recent readings. The Sun card is Leo. The Strength card is Leo. Both of them are speaking to me of August. And right before I did this reading, I split the deck on the tea leaf deck. And let me see if it's still here. Oh, Candle. And July. I'm filming this in July. I was just like, maybe I'll pull that August card again, but the August card did come out and I put it away. I just kind of like put the two halves of the deck back together, but we have Candle on the split. You will be shown the way. Something about opening up is really important. And December's here too. Okay, so something these readings have all been referencing like August, December. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it if I look for it intentionally. You know, like if I'm trying to find it, it'll just present itself when it's meant to. So that could be part of this opportunity. It's like if you're trying to find the opportunity, you're working against the progress. If you're trying to force it, then you're not actually opening up. It's like the opportunity will present itself to you. And it will be your choice at that point. I'm hearing choice point. It will be your choice at that point whether you wish to open up or not. Whether you do hold space for yourself in this connection or in this contract. Whether you do put yourself out there. Something about a field base I just heard. I don't know what that's talking about. It's reminding me of baseball, but I'm not sure if that was the actual reference. Okay, we have 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. I was literally just going to say, I was like, this feels like 333. And then boom, there's one more there that I haven't pulled and it just fell off. I wish that you could see the table, but I can't situate the camera properly to get like full shot of the cards on the table. But anyway, we've got 333. 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. What was this one? Page of Pentacles. Okay, that was the one that was sitting on top and fell off. And I was going to pull it. Okay. 333. Oh, I just heard 3 times around. And they're showing me a merry-go-round. 3 times around, the wheel spins. Maybe this is something that's happened 3 times. Or a pattern that's repeating 3 times, or in cycles of 3. This feels like an opportunity to find your way home. But it's like, it's almost like an unfamiliar home. Wait. They just said wait. Wait for it. Wait for what? Wait for it to present itself to you. I feel like it's in the interim. It's in the waiting that the insecurity or the fear can distort things and make them seem worse than they are. It's in the actual presentation of this offer. It's in the actual opportunity as it is being presented to you in real time that this decision will be very clear, because your intuition will reflect back to you exactly what it is that you feared and why that's no longer relevant in this circumstance. It feels like the fear was attached to something that hold on. I was going to say that happened in the past, but it stopped. I got stopped in that thought. So that may mean that that's not necessarily correct. It is and it isn't. The fear held you and kept you safe at one point in time. But it doesn't reflect the same. It's kind of, I don't know how do I describe this, Spirit? Can you help me? It's kind of like a person coming up to you and they look almost exactly like someone who screwed you over in the past. And so right away, these alarm bells start going off and your fight or flight kicks in and you're like, ooh, I don't trust this person. But you're really only measuring that or judging that by the surface and how that surface level appearance is connected to the past. So it's not actually an accurate assessment or judgment of that person's character, their intentions, or what they offer, what they could potentially hold for you in the future. And it's like being able to see past the veneer or the facade or the surface to actually what's going on a little bit deeper within this connection, this situation, this contract, whatever it is. And it feels like the opportunity itself in its more concrete form, yes, that's part of this, obviously, but I feel more so like the opportunity is held within your ability to see beyond this old fear imprint. This past pattern that was in some way restricting you or keeping you from speaking your truth or keeping you from opening up in a way that would allow you to evolve or to come home. They keep using this reference of coming home. Maybe this is even about you feeling at home within yourself or within a relationship or within a job. It's like whatever it is that this opportunity is leading toward, it's they're saying the world. I didn't mean to say world. They're saying the word herald again, and that's been coming through so many times, just like randomly in readings. The Spirit will just say herald, like heralding good news or heralding the opportunity, or they've been doing this for you. Okay, so, oh my God, I just noticed that the ice cream has 3 scoops. 1, 2, 3, something about 3, the number 3. It's like maybe this is the 3rd time. Oh, two cups plus 1 cup is 3 cups. And that's the only 3 that we're really missing here. We've got 3 of swords, 3 of pentacles, 3 of wands. We're missing the 3 of cups. And the 3 of cups in the tarot is a celebration. It's a reunion, actually. It's coming together. It's cheersing and toasting and having a good time. For me, that card has presented itself when I've had reunions with old friends. Or it does. It feels like coming home. I'm realizing it's like coming home, wolf pack. Like there's something about, maybe it's like found family or a job that has a community of peers or colleagues within it that really does feel like you found home. Or it could be a relationship that literally feels like home to you, but there's those kind of like pseudo red flags that are popping up, but it's not about that person or that I'm hearing something about landscape. It's not about that landscape. It's actually the imprint from the past. It's almost like an overlay. Yeah. And where that fear once protected you, now it's silencing you or holding you back. Okay. So the fear has turned. The fear's turned against you, not intentionally, but I think this is why you need to put it on the stand and understand it. Put it on the stand so you can understand it. And then, I guess, transcend it. And I'm hearing send it as in like go for it. Or maybe it's sending a text, because as soon as my association with the words send it is always like full send, like just send it. Because that's how me and my friends talk about it. It's actually what my partner says, like what my boyfriend says. He's always like, just send it, full send. And I feel like this is the message. It's like, if you have something to say, send it. If you have an opportunity here and it feels right, go full send. Go all in. Because I'm hearing, I literally just heard, because this opportunity will lead you home. It will lead you home. Okay. So if I had to give you some advice on this, I would say like rest, relax, clear out that feeling center. Start identifying and understanding that imprint that's coming up here connected to this fear, this opportunity, to this person, this situation, whatever it is. What is it that's triggering this old complex or this old pattern or this old imprint of the fear, or that is activating that fear, I should say. And then grill that fear, understand what that fear is trying to do and how it's meant to protect you and how it's not anymore, and how you can use that fear to your advantage in stepping into or through the veil of the fear and opening into a new level of expansion in your own self-expression, and how that feels to your soul and how that connects to the expansion of your intuition. That's what this feels like. And I think we've just, boom, hit that nail on the head. So I'm going to leave the reading here. No extended today. Stay tuned for Pick a Card on my other channel. It's Tarot and Beyond. That'll be coming out at some point this week. Thank you to the members here and on my other channel as well for supporting my work. Thank you to everybody who sends in donations, contributions through decks being sent in through the Amazon wish list, people who have donated to my GoFundMe to help me to prevent bankruptcy. That was absolutely huge. It's still going on. I've paid off a little over $6,000 now of that $21,000 debt, and that's been hugely, hugely helpful. It is saving, it's my saving grace. It's saving me from that monster of the past, from that fear, from that old imprint and that old template. And if you haven't heard the story of all of that and the karmic history behind this and what all led up to it, you can check out my slightly disjointed, because I was triggered, video of me sharing about that, which I'll try to remember to link in the description box. If I forget to put it there, it is one of the videos that's here on the channel just from a few months ago or whatever. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Yeah, thank you to everybody who has ordered readings from me. I am still working on those and getting back to more of like a semblance of order with doing private readings and along with all the scheduled ones. Emails have piled up again, so thank you if you've sent me an email. If you haven't heard back from me, I will do my best to get back when I can. I can't say when that is, but when I can. And thank you to everybody who comments as well, because your comments are illuminating and they help me to reflect deeper on the messages, and it gets the wheels turning. It keeps the ball rolling, and I really appreciate the support as well. Just if you're just saying like how much you enjoy the readings or just hanging out together, I appreciate that too. So thank you. And if I don't reply to all comments, I do look at most of them, or at least I try to. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, nope, can't handle all the energy of everything all at once. So thank you if you comment and you feel like I've not seen it, or it's not that I don't care. I care very much. I just sometimes get overwhelmed. So thank you for understanding that as well. Okay, now I'm rambling. I'm going to not cut myself off. I've said all I needed to say. Okay, I love you guys. We'll see you in the next reading.